Will Woody take on Buzz Lightyear in Toy Story 5? Ever since it was revealed to us on the D23 that the toys are back, many have not stopped speculating what we will be seeing in this fifth installment of the franchise. At Disney's annual expo, we were able to see several very interesting details that left us with a lot of intrigue. One of these being the revelation of the army of 50 commemorative Buzz Lightyears, who will pose a great threat to everyone. But undoubtedly, the detail that surprised us the most is found in the concept art that was revealed in this event. We will be seeing the return of a character we didn't think would be coming back, based on what we saw in Toy Story 4. Of course, I'm talking about our favorite sheriff, Woody, who made the decision to leave his life behind and start a new one with Bo Peep. Just seeing him in this concept art leaves us wondering several things. Why is this character coming back after the events of Toy Story 4? Did he regret his actions? Or is the threat that the toys will face so great that he had to be contacted? In this video, we will be discussing all these details. And for more videos of your favorite series and movies, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Welcome to the Oasis Geek. Before we start with this video, and to celebrate the arrival of the Penguin series, we will be giving away a Funko Pop from the Batman movie. To participate, all you have to do is subscribe to this channel and leave a comment telling us who is your favorite character from the DC universe and why. The winner will be announced on October 31st. Before we begin, we must explain several very important points in order to better understand why Woody needed to come back. As I mentioned earlier, in D23 it was revealed to us that there will be an army of 50 commemorative Buzz Lightyears left in toy mode who pose a great threat to everyone. Not only that, but they explained that the main plot of this movie will be toys against technology. Knowing this last detail, and with the concept art that literally shows it, we know that the main problem that the toys will be facing in this next movie will be that Bonnie is obsessed with electronic devices. But is that a bad thing? The answer to that is yes, and for many reasons. But mainly if we put ourselves in the position that the toys are in, we can easily see it as the biggest threat they face, even being far worse than the army of 50 commemorative Buzz Lightyears. And I'll explain why. The toys in that movie will be seeing how electronics are literally replacing them. With that in mind, we know that the toys will not give up when it comes to this new threat. Besides, we've seen them go through a lot more than just replacement, such as being able to escape Sid's house, manage to unstrap themselves from a rocket that would leave them in 1,000 pieces, cross the street without being crushed by cars, or survive an incinerator that would definitely ruin them. Right? In theory, yes, but we are talking about that in all those situations there was something in common. The toys had a purpose in their lives, and they always used it to be able to overcome these obstacles they faced. The situation we will be seeing in this fifth installment is very different, as technology will be replacing the toys, and we will be seeing how Buzz, Jessie, and the others will be feeling lost without any purpose. And they will realize that they have basically become obsolete, showing us how they wait for their inevitable end to come. But we know that there is someone in this universe who has faced this problem before. That is none other than Woody. If you're wondering, at what point did we see Woody go through the same thing? Even if you don't remember, Woody faced this problem early on. Since in the first movie we got to see that this was the favorite toy, at least until Andy's birthday came around. This is when we are introduced to Buzz Lightyear, who had no idea he was just a toy, and who briefly becomes Andy's new favorite toy. Buzz had such a big impact on Andy's life that we get to see how the boy even changed the theme of his room. Obviously, we know that Woody overcame this obstacle, but this is not the only moment where we saw Woody face this problem. As in Toy Story 4, we saw how he is pushed to a second place in Bonnie's room, often left in the closet while other toys took center stage, which led him to question his role and value in life. We know that with Woody gone, it is Buzz who is left as the leader of the toys. And seeing that nothing he does manages to capture Bonnie's attention again, he will go to look for Woody, who will realize that his friends are in a dark place, one that is perhaps worse than the one he was in, since we are not talking about being replaced by another toy, but rather that they are facing being obsolete thanks to technology. This is when Woody will choose to find out what it is that makes electronics so addictive to the point that kids don't even want to touch their toys anymore. In the course of this, we will see how they will be facing the army of the 50 commemorative Buzz Lightyears, who are stuck in toy mode. One detail we are still unsure of is the reason they are in this state. It could be a factory defect, or they could also be being forced to stay in this mode. And if you have been following this channel for some time, you may know that we have already made several theories explaining that maybe these Buzz Lightyears are being manipulated by the real villain of the movie, who somehow has access to technology and managed to establish some connection to these toys being able to control them. Now imagine that in the first confrontation against these toys, we see how our Buzz Lightyear is defeated, and this army manages to capture him, taking him to the real antagonist of this movie, who is able to modify him, making him similar to the soldiers he already has, and succeeding in controlling him, making him the leader of his army. Now, who will be in charge of fixing all this problem? That's right, everything will be left in Woody's hands. This lets us know that Woody will be in charge of finding the base of operations of the commemorative Buzz Lightyears, which we suspect may be the factory where this army was created. And he will also be in charge of creating a plan to rescue his friend. If so, we know that Woody and the other toys will be in for a big surprise, seeing that their friend is not the same and will be forced to stop him to reverse what was done to him. This will lead Woody to confront Buzz directly, and then take on the army of commemorative Buzz Lightyears, managing to interfere with the control that the antagonist of the story has. Once this obstacle is overcome, the only thing left is to find the villain and defeat him. This will be something that the toys will manage to do, but not before discovering that this antagonist is the cause for Bonnie not wanting to play with her toys anymore. Keep in mind that we mentioned that possibly the antagonist of the film somehow has access to technology, and that is how he manages to manipulate his army. But what if I tell you that thanks to this access, he also keeps control of the children's attention through electronic equipment, specifically with some kind of application or video that is on a loop, something that does not allow children to detach from their devices. It would be very interesting to see this revelation, as it is something that many would not expect. The possible showdown between Woody and Buzz Lightyear in Toy Story 5 promises to be one of the most shocking moments in the franchise. The plot, which brings the toys face to face with technological advancement, poses an entirely new and emotionally profound challenge for the characters, especially when their roles and purposes are questioned. Woody, who has overcome similar problems in the past, could be the key to restoring balance and saving his friends, even if it means confronting his trusty sidekick Buzz. This new installment would not only promise great moments of action, but also reflections on nostalgia, change, and the value of toys in a world increasingly dominated by tech. But tell me, what do you think about all this? Do you think this theory is possible? Would you like to see a confrontation between Woody and Buzz Lightyear? Who do you think is the villain behind all this? And for more videos of your favorite series and movies, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. You are on The Oasis Geek.